Hello, it is I, Cyberman, with another review. Today is another Prime, the Alchemist Prime, the one who sees into the future and does a lot better than I could. So anyway, so there he is. He's Cybertronian vehicle mode, which is pretty cool, considering he's the only one that looks more of a Cybertronian look. But at the same time, he looks more of an Earth vehicle, so he would pretty match well. And then here's his artifact, his sight glasses, well, future sight glasses. Again, if anyone knows what these are actually called, please tell me in the comment section so I can recorrect these, or at least put it in the description. It was pretty cool. On a close up, he looks. 2 ports, you can put weapons on him. The stickers I plan to get for him are good. I don't understand why these won't go all the way down, but what I am going to do today will remedy that, I hope. Nice. Even the bottom doesn't seem too much to worry about. Okay, let's do the transformation. Separate these 2 panels and his arms. What you want to do is try to pull the legs down like so, and then you can see his feet like that. Oh, and make sure you're well, before you do that, you kind of have to separate his feet right here. They're connected, as you can see, like that. And for these, it's a little scary to me because of how that is, but what you want to do is like pull this like this, and there's a tab right here, as you can see. Hang on. You see this tab right here, and then you connect it right here. Or at least I think I did. Oh wait, that's right. This is what I was talking about. If I can just do a quick thing right here first, actually. What you want to do now is pull that right there, and then you want to straighten the legs and his feet and close these like that, because you hear the click, like so. And then what you want to do is well, actually, yeah, this the windscreen, you want to pull this up and put it like that, and then you want to actually, you still gotta pull it up, like push, you click it down more here. Sorry, it just try to transform it in the camera sometimes it bugs me. And then what you want to do is twist the entire waist like that. Now let's see if I can, am I doing this arm right? And then what you want to do is that, and that's how it collapses into the peg, like so, like that. And then you pull your the hands like that, like so. And then you pull this part up, you pin it up like that, and there's his head. Perfect. So there he is, Alchemist Prime, with his cool mustache. Yeah. He has pegs right here, so you can kind of give him this. Yeah. Or give him a blaster, either way. Let's see if I can, yeah, it's a little closer than that. Let me see. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. The cool part is that that's how he looks in a way. Like, he has goggle like eyes and his mustache. Cheerio, Jep. He's pretty cool. I mean, he's basically taller than my Cronus in a way. Which, yeah. I don't know why anyone didn't go too much on that one. See too much on that one, but yeah. I like how beefy his legs are. I kind of wish they weren't as hollow, but the way they transform them is good enough. They do... He really does need like fillers for stuff like that, but barely noticeable. And... irony. Be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. A small technical difficulty with my light source, but this should be fine. Anywho, he looks around. Pretty cool. Again, this part right here kind of scares me because it's the windshield. But surprisingly, he has a port right here. You can add stuff in. Not really sure what they were going with, but at least they tried in a way. If it had like some kind of like pull extension, it would go over, but I don't think that would work. Even if you could see the little pin right here, that looks more difficult to try to do anyway. But it's kind of good because at least like if anything happens, you have a way to put it, well, fix it better. Or if you're good at customization, unlike me. It has weapon ports from earlier. Surprisingly, mine's head is a little... I don't know if it's just mine or everyone's, but it's kind of like really... It seems a little loose, but at the same time, it's not bad. And I'm kind of glad it isn't. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. Let's see the new stuff that I'm going to give. Essentially, it's just instructions to make it easier to install this with a blow dryer or something to heat it up. It kind of works that way, but I don't know. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got the Cybertronium mug, which I'm going to make more for myself later. Oop, my bad. And new hands, which is pretty cool. Here, hold up. It's a little bit, once again, a little tighter than I expected. And the cool part is, they can swivel. Yeah. Which I'm really hoping that this is done right. Yeah, these are way different than I thought. Articulate fingers, which is like that, and again really tight. And then his weapon, which is a little interesting. Now, essentially, it doesn't really show me how to do it, but I'm assuming this will come off in a certain way, so I'm gonna do it like that, and then like that. Kind of a little scared how these are a little that way, but because this is how they look right here. Hold up. It'd be easier if I did it this way. Like that. Yeah, definitely. See if I did this part right. Sorry, I'm just going with the flow on this one. Making sure I get this right. Let's see if I can get these in here. There we go. And voila. They're a little different, but they fit. Jeez, good. Yeah, they're definitely a little different and a little easier than that. Yeah, these are definitely more, a little bit on the loose side, at least for mine. I might have to fix that per se, but not bad. But like I said, when it comes to like experimenting, it definitely seems like it works. And it definitely collapsed properly, so that's good. And then for this, this is also a bit risky. But yeah, there's his cool axe. Yeah, this part right here, you can actually put it right here as well. A little bit of options right there. Now, it is clear that when you do get this, the hands are going to be a little wobbly. Because this is a cool swivel, but I can tell that this is not ideal. So, being the customizer I am, I probably am going to have to like fix that myself, because these are good. It just needs a little work with the right putty, and luckily I have that. Yeah. Again, mileage may vary, because it's clear that this was semi thought out, but not all the way. At least for what I have in mind. Yes. I can tell a little stretch mark. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah, it's already like a little stretch mark right there. But I think this is okay for now, because I don't need to really do much work other than his freaking hand falling off. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Clearly I need to work on this on my own and try to figure out stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of doing both ways here, so here, my bad. I think there is a specific way you can put this in vehicle mode, but I have to check for a second. Okay. Again, sorry, I wasn't expecting this to be as loose as it was, but it's manageable at best. If I can just get this thing to work with me, it's not screw it. It's supposed to be fine here. Okay. I don't think it does. That's not what I'm looking at. Well, that's what I see so far. But now for another test. Hang on, just go this back. I mean, again, mileage may vary, because there's so many things I gotta figure out with this guy. But Well, at least for this add-on. So, let's see the main one. The most important one of all. Circle this. Circle that. And yes, it does. Sort of. In a way. Again. Mileage may vary. Yeah, let me just repurpose that, because I hate when this thing kind of works on me. Trying to make sure the hands are okay, but they're not exactly agreeing with me here. See what I mean? God damn it. That I'm not editing my bones. There. Yeah, essentially, this is what this upgrade gives you. Sorry if it's not super great. I just been kind of busy with stuff, and again, I didn't expect to get this so soon to this week, but I wanted to get it out of the way, per se. And yeah, this is kind of good. I try my best to make sure everything fits, and it's yeah, it's kind of an iffy situation when it comes to installing this. Heated. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little cool thing. They got the cup right. The hands are a bit iffy. So yeah, you might want to really like be a little more prepared if you're going to do this. I am going to transform it off screen for a second, just to see how well the hands work, because that's the one I'm really hoping is better for it. So give me one quick sec. And welcome back. As you can see, his new hands fold up pretty nicely. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had to shave a little more. This, you can see how this one's a little more that way, and this one's more straight, because I had to shave this part. I do recommend, if you're gonna do your best to get this upgrade, you're definitely gonna have to make a little more shaving slash using putty, as I recommend, to basically make this more solid, because frankly, this is a cute set for him. Unfortunately, the flaw of loose and stretch marking can happen if you don't shave it first, which is why I put it upon myself to test otherwise. Probably someone else has reviewed this kit before, but maybe not done as like I would do. So that's pretty much it. And now, another quick transformation. Sorry, he just had to do something quick. And for his main, well, not really main part, but here with the Pretender, I completely forgot his name, which can turn into this. My bad. Among other things. Again, this upgrade will require a little fixing. Again, tell me the name of this guy and I'd be grateful in chat. Or in the comment section. Dang, gravity. Anyway. There he is. His power. His core form. See if I can make that a little bigger. There you go. Like his symbol, he does his best to check it out. Yeah. Now I think about it, from this angle, it looks like a bunch of spider eyes, but still, you can basically see how it looks. Alright. Then we this back here. Now here, it doesn't go all the way through because that's how the arm works, but if done right, it can basically fit like that. Essentially. But for obvious reasons, we'll try to make this work here. And we shall go back to here, because why the frick not? There I say. Now instructions say to use like if this bends like the plastic or stretches, use like a hair dryer, but I wouldn't recommend that because honestly you can never be too sure. And this thing goes all the way through. You can basically see that. Yeah. Okay, so now let me just yeah. As you can see, this kid is fighting tooth and nail on me. That's it. Aha! I am victorious! A little more down, and there we go. So there is Alchemist Prime with his not so great hand upgrades. I mean, again, I kind of I was wishing this particular upgrade would be a little easier. It is, but as you can see, it may be just me, but if you do get this kit, at least you will be able to see what it gives you. Gives you these, new hands, and a hammer. Granted, the hammer, I have no idea where that's going to go in vehicle mode because it doesn't go in vehicle mode. At least not until I figure out a special peg to do it and to shrink otherwise. And there's his core form. Yeah, hang on, let me just make that close up. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's it's definitely not the greatest, but yeah, Alchemist Prime is pretty cool. It's essentially how this works. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up to use this as my thumbnail because I know I could. Oh wait, maybe I can. Yeah, let me just push it right here. A little more posing should do it. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! Okay, so now I don't have to worry about that later. But here you are, Alchemist Prime with upgrades and his Prime Core. I really wish this could have been a little easier. Among other things. See if I can put this here. Yeah, why not, right? Dare I say, why not? Yeah, so basically, if you want this kit with your Alchemist Prime, that is up to you. I'm not 100% recommending because of how hard his hands are, but I'm willing to fix it because I can customize it. But yeah, so if you care to give it a shot, I will put a link in the description. I still have plans for the other primes. I'm still not sure about Megatronus and Liege Maximo, but I know for a fact that I will slowly try to get Nexus Prime, and hopefully whatever add-ons he has, I will try to use it for my previous combiners. I'm not really sure how this will work per se, but if I do it right, it will definitely be fun to try to do that, even if it's not the official combiners from that era. from the Age of Primes, but I will try my best to figure out something. So anyway, there he is, Alchemist Prime, once again. Miles may vary on this upgrade. And as always, see you next time.